Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about active reading techniques. In my previous video, I got a lot of questions on how I read the textbook and how I memorize, so I thought I'd make a separate video. In this video, I will be talking about 5 different active reading techniques that I personally used while at school. Number 1 is read and make summary technique. Number 2 is writing and rewriting. Number 3 is color coding and drawing technique. Number 4 is questions and answers or a Q&A technique. And number 5, write everything freaking down technique. First technique is read and summarize technique. This is by far my favorite technique to use with textbooks. Now, the idea of active reading is not to copy text word by word. The idea of active reading is to stay engaged while you're reading, to understand what you're reading, focus and memorize, and most importantly, not to fall asleep. The read and summarize technique, I believe, accomplishes that very well. Here's an example of a text from a fundamental biology. How I would approach it is I would read every paragraph and then I would try and summarize it in my own way on a piece of paper. Let's give it a try. So let's see if we can summarize first 2 sentences out of this paragraph. 2 fundamental differences distinguish most eukaryotic genes from prokaryotic genes. First, eukaryotic genes are contained within a complex of DNA and protein called chromatin. Just these 2 sentences have a lot of important information that we should know for this class. For these 2 sentences, what I would write is, okay, so we've learned there's 2 differences. Now, there are 2 types of genes, so there's eukaryotic genes and there's also prokaryotic genes. Right, and we also learned that eukaryotic genes are contained within DNA, and more specifically, they are in a protein called chromatin. Now, we've summarized 2 sentences in 4 words, and this diagram is very descriptive. We don't know anything about prokaryotic genes yet. As we read, we're just gonna add to this diagram. It's a very simple method, but it is very effective. Technique number 2 is writing and rewriting. I found this technique works best for lecture notes. Here's an example of lecture notes from my soils class. This class had a humongous textbook that I never opened. I only studied from my lecture notes and still managed to get an A in this class. So it is possible not to read a textbook and still get an A in your class. So here how I would approach this particular slide contains a list of colloid properties in the soil. There are 4 main properties. So we know there's size, there's surface area, surface charge, and adsorption. So I would read the slide. I'm not going to worry about little details in between just yet. I'm just going to try and remember 4 main properties of colloid. Now that I've read this slide once, I'm going to cover this with a sheet of paper so I cannot see it and try and write down 4 main properties. Start with the things you can remember. So we know the basics is that there were 4 main properties. So I'm just going to write down the numbers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to try and fill it in. So I remember number 1 was size. Number 2 was surface area. Now I remember number 4 was adsorption. Adsorption. Now I cannot remember adsorption of what, so I'm just going to put ... question mark. I have to come back to this. And number 3 was also surface, and just by deducing it must be a surface charge. Now I'm going to remove my list and see how I did. Based on the slide, I got them all correct, except I couldn't remember adsorption of what? It was cations and anions. So now I'm going to cover this again and rewrite. This time I'm just going to add cations and anions. Once I've done that, I would uncover my list again, and now I would focus more on the details and do exactly the same thing. Every time I read it, I'll try to remember it, cover it, and rewrite the entire thing. The more you rewrite, the better you will remember this, and that's the idea. Third technique is color coding and drawing technique. It is very similar to the previous technique we just discussed, but it works best for visual people. It also, I find, if you're studying for long hours, this technique can be a very nice switch for your brain to sort of relax. So here's an example of a slide from my geology class of 5 different depositional non-marine siliciclastic depositional systems that I had to memorize for the exam. So instead of writing them down as we did in the previous technique, I'm going to draw them out. So I know there are 5 different depositional systems, so I'm just going to write down numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the first deposition system is Aeolian, which is a desert, and I'm gonna draw something that reminds me of a desert. So maybe like a cacti plant, It can be as funny as you want, or like a tequila shot. The next thing was alluvial fans. So if you're a geologist, you know what alluvial fans look like. So I'm just gonna draw an alluvial fan. Rivers. Rivers are easy, right? You can just draw a river here and that's it. Kind of like this. Put a stream that it's going this way. Number 4 was lacustrine. Lacustrine is a lake. So what I would draw a lake, and I would draw a person sunbathing nearby here with maybe an umbrella. And number 5 was glacial depositional system. So you can draw maybe like a glacier floating in the ocean, or a polar bear. I'm not very good at drawing polar bears, but polar bear. So now when you trying to remember this depositional systems, these are the pictures that are gonna come to mind, and I can guarantee you that you're gonna remember them for a long time. The next technique is questions and answers technique. Now, it is not my most favorite technique, but I have used it in the past and found it quite effective, so I thought I'd share this with you guys. Here we are back to our biology text that we used for our first technique, and I just wanted to show you a different method to approach the same material. So if you're not a summarizing type of person, that you don't want to write and you don't want to summarize every paragraph that you read, this is another method you can use to better engage while you're reading. Here, I know that this paragraph is about anatomy of the gene. It's about active and repressed chromatin. So just by reading this title, I'm going to write down 2 questions. I'm going to say, what is active chromatin? Again, don't worry about it being messy or whatever, it's just for you. What is active chromatin? And then we're also going to say, we're going to leave a couple lines in between. I'm going to say repressed chromatin. Question mark. So now that you have 2 questions, you would keep these questions in mind. And as you read, and if you find an answer to those questions, you're going to jot them down on this paper in a 1 sentence or less, so just keywords. That way, when you read, you know that you got the main idea from this chapter. The last technique is write everything down technique. Now, it is by far the technique that I use the most in school. It's by far the most time consuming, but I found it the most effective, and I do believe that that helped me to get the best grades that I possibly could in school. So it goes something like this. First, you would read each chapter. I call it a passive reading. So you would read each chapter, you're gonna take a pencil or a highlighter, whichever you prefer. As you are passively reading, approach it as a novel. So you're not gonna try and understand every single little detail in the textbook, but you're just gonna read, and you're gonna highlight or underline the most important parts. In some cases, as you see here, I've underlined every single sentence in this paragraph here, which means at the time I thought every single sentence is important. So I just kept reading, and as you can see here, I've underlined what I thought was important. After I read through the entire chapter, I went back after a couple hours. You can leave it for a couple hours so your brain sort of relaxes and rests, or until next day, whenever you have time. And this time I started reading, but every time I would read a portion of a chapter, I would write down everything that I've underlined, word by word. So I literally would copy the textbook. Now here I will show you my notes, what they looked like. So here's an example of my notes of this chapter. Like you can see, chapter 5, the paradigm of differential and expression. And I literally write word by word everything. And I kept it very simple. So in red, I would make all the titles. And in blue, I write what I think is important. Now, I would also make note of the figures that I thought are important. So when I studying for exam, I can come back to the textbook. Now, the advantage of this method, it seems cumbersome and very time-consuming at first, but it will save you a lot of time, and I cannot emphasize it enough. It will save you a lot of time when you study for exam. And here's why. So in this chapter, for example, there are 35 pages of very small font text. Now, if I didn't have my notes written down, when I'm studying for exam, I would have to go back to this chapter and read it again. Not to mention, when you're studying for a final exam, you usually have more than 1 chapter to study. So here, like, I sticky note all the chapters we read, and you pretty much will end up reading through the entire textbook again. Now, if you made notes like myself and you summarized the chapter or wrote it down word by word, like I did here, of the most important key points out of the chapter, you're better off because you can save a lot of time. So I condensed 35 pages in a textbook to 5 pages of written notes, and it's still a lot of notes to go through, but it's much better to go through 5 pages than 35 pages. And also because I wrote it down at some point, I already memorized most of it material anyway. So when I'm studying for the final, that's all I'm gonna study from is my notes. That's pretty much it for my techniques. If you guys like them, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me comments below of what are you using, what techniques you find useful, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. I will see you next time. Bye bye.